Croatia's team rarely changes. The pool of players is strong enough to withstand the loss to long-term injury of Arsenal's Eduardo and Portsmouth's Niko Kranjčar. One change from the side that eased past Kazakhstan here on Saturday. Their match winner at Wembley, Mladen Petric, starts in place of Ivan Klasnic.
Well, if you look at this team, Croatia, very good technically. Kovacs just sits in front of the two centre-halves. But it's Olic who really runs his socks. But it's Modric, who obviously well-known in the English league. He's the player they've got to stop. And watch for Cerna, crosses, fantastic crosses, good pace down the right-hand side.
Well, Steve McLaren came here 2 years ago and put out a 3-5-2 formation that enthused Croatia more than his own players. Fabio Capello toyed with the idea of a 3 in midfield, not in defence. In the end, he's plumped for 4-4-1-1. 4 predictable changes. Brown, Ferdinand, Joe Cole and Heskey all in from the start. But the headline, the retention of Theo Walcott, which means no starting place for David Beckham.
Well, I think he impressed with his pace. You play on that right-hand side. And the one thing they do, Croatia, they do leave gaps down the sides. The full-backs do push on a lot, and that's why Walcott's in the team. They're going to play a lot of balls through the gaps between the centre-halves and the full-backs. Look for Walcott, Rooney and Heskey spinning down the channels, and that's where they're going to get the joy tonight.
And so, after 10 months of soul-searching and self-analysis, England have this chance to confront their demons head-on. Their own blundering as much as Croatia's brilliance was responsible for the withdrawal of a coveted invitation to European football's summer party. Now, though, comes an assignment where revenge is high on the agenda, and a chance to show that good players can be moulded into a good team. 2,600 English supporters, and the signs so far under Fabio Capello, not promising, but here's a reputation built on delivering when it really matters. And tonight, as the players emerge onto this Maximir Stadium playing area, it does matter. Lubos Michel, the vastly experienced Slovakian referee, leading the way. 2 years ago, England lost 2-0 here, and the crumbling stadium is even more decrepit now than it was then. A relic of communist austerity, no cover, basic facilities, and a pitch that can do funny things to back passes. Little wonder Croatia have never lost a competitive game at home. No wonder that they've delayed the of a citadel that has yet to be stormed. Now, you may recall the gaffe with the Croatian anthem that so inspired their players at Wembley. Opera singer Tony Henry mispronouncing a key word and so extolling the virtues not of Croatia's mountains, but a delicate part of his own anatomy. Well, the first of a number of serious mistakes by the English on that fateful night, unfortunately. Here, the anthems should be rather more straightforward. Just as it was at Wembley 10 months ago. England in white, Croatia in blue. Croatia, who know they're good and have the victories to show it. England, who think they're good, but have yet to prove it. Familiar foes now, these two sides. The 6th time that they've met overall, the 3rd meeting in the last 2 years. And bearing in mind the misfortunes to befall England's last 2 goalkeepers against Croatia, David James can be excused if he feels just a touch nervous. However, Theo Walcott hasn't been tainted by previous Croatian experiences. His jet-heel display against Andorra clearly caught Capello's eye. As for the Croatians, so many threats. How will England deal, for instance, with Luka Modric now of Tottenham, the latest to bear the mantle of playmaker, and all the more so in the absence through injury of Nico Kranjčar. And then there's Mr. Perpetual Motion, the number 18, Ivica Olic, who has led England a less than merry dance in the past. He will run and run and run. So, Chris Waddle, key things that Capello will have said to his players in the moments before they emerge from the dressing room?
Stand up and be counted, go out there, the atmosphere's out off the pitch, it's not on the pitch, and I just think that the players have got to be very positive and play what they're good at. Go and press players, look to get beyond, get people in the box, be positive.
Slaven Bilic, who we're told will not now be going to West Ham, but has prepared his side with a 3rd victory over England very much in mind. No need for a brolly tonight, but tin hats might be useful, given the surroundings and the opposition. It's a case of hold on tight for a game that will shape the mood for the season. Does the depression grow deeper, or is this the night when we finally see the fruits of Fabio Capello's expensive labours? So much secrecy surrounding England's team selection these days, but this presumably is Plan A at long last. Plan A bearing in mind that the likes of Gerrard and Hargreaves and Carrick are all injured. Now, Chris Waddle, you never lost a qualifier playing for England, but this is a real test for them tonight.
Well, it is straight away, John. Looking at Croatia, they are 4-4-1. Petric is not playing on slightly left. I thought he might have. He's playing off the striker. Olic is playing up top. Petric's dropped back into the hole. But I just like to see a whole positive, a lot of confidence. You know, we've got good players. You know, you come here, and a lot of teams come here and sit back, John, and think, well, we'll just try and catch them on the break. That's what Croatia's good at. Let's cut them full 7 back and play the high tempo. They don't like being settled on the ball.
Now, the noise in these early moments is everything that we were told to expect of the Maximir. Intimidating, certainly, but also uplifting.
What's strange, John, you know, the feed we got, we're going to play diagonal balls for Walcott's pace and Heskey down the side and Rooney. They've had the ball there 3 or 4 occasions, could have played it, played little triangles and have sniffed it out, Croatia, and they've got them high up the field.
This is Chorluka. And John Terry finds Frank Lampard. And Rooney fails to control.
People going about the atmosphere, John. Yes, it is. It's very tense. You can feel it. But you know, these players have played Champions League. They've played everywhere now. They shouldn't be worried at all about the crowd.
Well, Capello says that he thinks the players prefer playing away from their new £800 million home stadium at Wembley. Less pressure on them, less likelihood of being booed. Wasn't what the FA wanted to hear, bearing in mind their huge investment, but it does make some sense. Foot was high. Free kick is taken by Terry. Into the head of Pranic. It's not as if promotion are an unfamiliar force anymore in European or indeed world football. Just a matter of a minute or so away from reaching the last four of Euro 2008 in the summer. Olic with the layoff to Petric. Modric now. 3 up with him. Niko Kovac. And Modric is back for more. Cerna. Terry's intervention, and Walcott has lost it. And Mladen Petric has it. And Pranic held at the second attempt.
That was a great save by Pranic. That's what they're all about. They take the ball away from a sloppy pass from Wayne Rooney deep in their own half, and that's Croatia within what, 5-6 seconds on the edge of the England box, and that's what we've got to make sure Lampard and Barry sit.
Well, as you watch that replay, England have earned themselves a free kick. Pranic, who had the effort on goal. And news of a goal in one of the other World Cup qualifiers involving a home nation. It's come in Reykjavik, where Scotland have taken the lead against Iceland through Kirk Broadfoot after 18 minutes.
This is definitely worth a shot. Frank Lampard strikes a terrific ball. Let's see if he can just hit the target. These balls fly, we know they are. It's definitely worth a pop from there.
It is Lampard, it took a deflection, it is a corner.
It's worth an effort, anything can happen. There's a lot of bodies around the box, and England have won themselves a corner, and this is a big part of our game, set pieces.
I saw a lot of Croatia in the summer at the Euros. They seem to be hugely impressed. Ashley Cole. Barry. Ferdinand. Rooney. Lampard turns it into the path of Theo Walcott, who stops his cross. Heskey was waiting for it. As it screwed off the outside of Walcott's boot, Heskey's made a challenge on the goalkeeper, which the referee didn't like.
Well, it just shows the pace he's got, Walcott. Lovely ball by Frank Lampard. And I don't know what really happened there. He's trying to pull the ball square to Heskey, Walcott, but that's what he's got. A lot of pace. He's going to cause Croatia a lot of problems tonight.
It is a surprise in the Croatian camp that Walcott is playing. They were expecting David Beckham on the right side of England's midfield. David Beckham was expecting David Beckham on the right side of England's midfield. Capello is keen to establish a meritocracy. He feels that Walcott played outstandingly well in Barcelona.
I think that's nice, John. England, for a change, are not favourites. I know a lot of supporters as they are, but tonight, Croatia are favourites.
It'll be interesting to see how they wear that tag. They've been so used to upsetting the big names of world football as underdogs. Tonight they're expected to come out on top.
I think they've started very well, England. Very confident on the ball. I think they can relax a little bit more. They've got more time than what they realise, especially as they get up the halfway line. You know, enjoy it. You've got good possession.
Down goes Heskey. England have another free kick. Where is the man in question? Still marooned, one short of 100 starts for his country, and you just wonder whether the baton has passed a generation tonight from icon to young tyro. Slaven Bilic standing just behind Frank Lampard as he prepares to take this free kick. Now the Croatian manager has retreated back to his technical area. Lampard. Chorluka's header, and then Niko Kovac. Barry. Now Olic.
England, for me, best team. They're all over them. They're picking the second ball up. Just looking for a little bit of quality. Walcott's had the ball. 2 or 3 good positions. Wasted his delivery, his cross, or his final touch. It's a positive start by England.
Walcott has it again. A vote of faith from Capello could be the making of a young man, Theo Walcott. Lampard. Ferdinand. Good movement from Heskey. Walcott. Just delivered at pace to him. Heskey once more.
Well, that ball for England is on a lot. Rio Ferdinand, Emil Heskey's movement's excellent, he's strong, he can get people. I think Walcott's got his boots on the wrong feet so far, but hopefully he'll settle down.
Lampard. Modric with the block, England throw. Wes Brown, that was out of play. Rather a waste.
If you look at Croatia, John, they haven't really got anybody up front. England's pushed them right back to the 18-yard box, and this is exact start. It was a very positive team. I was very pleased to put the side out, and they've really pushed Croatia back already. It's a great start by England.
A glimpse in passing there of Ivan Klasnic, who's the player to lose his place in the Croatian side tonight. Petric. Terry. Joe Cole. Now Rakitic. Cerner. Wes Brown has to be careful here.
He does tend to overcover Wes Brown when he plays full-back. He's a centre-half naturally, and he gets too close to Rio Ferdinand.
This is Luka Modric. Opened up a little for Modric. Petric, lucky to get a second bite. You know what that left boot can do. Walcott. Intervention by Simic. Cerner. Rakitic.
Good play by Rakitic. Cerner likes that diagonal ball to him, switches the play very well, but it's the first time we've really saw Croatia come over on halfway line. And I just wonder if England can keep this pace up, the tempo.
6 Croatians in the England penalty area. And David James has spilt it, and there's no whistle, and it's Chorluka. And England escape.
That's a great corner. Lovely ball. Serna whips a terrific cross in a lot of pace for old David James. Big, tall, couldn't hang on to it. Maybe a claim for a slight free kick, slight nudge in the back. The referee waved it on. Chorluka hits the side netting.
There's a hint there that Niko Kovac jumped into David James. The referee was well positioned, saw nothing wrong. This is maybe a more instructive angle. Joe Cole. First scare for England from veteran Chorluka. And England winning their share of free kicks.
Just looking for a good delivery. England, as you say, Frank Lampard's took a corner, which is very weak. Free kick deflected. Just looking for that little bit of quality from England. Bending in towards the goal penalty spot. You've got Heskey, Terry and Ferdinand in there.
There's the general. Lampard, Rooney on. Niko Kovac got a touch on that, and Fethi Kosher prevents a corner.
Oh, it's a poor delivery by Frank Lampard yet again. And, he's just got to really be confident on it. He just doesn't look as if he's got the belief. Just put the ball in with a bit of pace.
Oh, Ashley Cole losing out. England backtracking. Olic so dangerous. Rakitic. Pranjic. Rakitic. Beginning to look the part, the home side.
Well, it's about time, I'm sure. Slaven Bilic was a little bit worried for the first 5-10 minutes. England really did get after him, but it's started to up the tempo, Croatia.
Serna to Chorluka. Veteran Chorluka still. And John Terry has to go across.
Well, England at the moment have just lost the shape, they've lost the rhythm. They've just gone a little bit ragged. They've got to get concentration, get the shape back and start looking after the ball more. They're giving it away far too cheaply and they're not winning the second ball enough.
Causes for English concern. Serna. There's Rooney's header away from the near post. Ivan Rakitic. Rio Ferdinand. Crowd getting on James's back, anticipating a bobble on the back pass.
Not tonight, I've got to say. The goal mouth is, especially the one David James is protecting at the minute, is very dug up in that 6-yard area.
Strong challenges. Olic stayed down for a while for Croatia. Gareth Barry. Now Lampard.
Just looking at it, John, when it goes to Frank Lampard and Gareth Barry, they're not positive enough to go, I'll get Ashley Cole in, or I will play to Wes Brown, or into the strike. I don't think the two midfield players yet have played up to Heskey or Wayne Rooney's feet yet. And it's a problem. They're playing little square balls. The Croatian defence are creeping up and it's very easy to stop.
flick on to no one in particular. Rooney's chased it anyway.
That's a classic case of Wayne Rooney coming too deep. You can see Wes Brown's looking at Heskey. He can only do one thing, John, flick it on. Wayne Rooney is playing deeper in the midfield.
It's not what Capello wants and not what England need. Barry. Simionic. Niko Kovac took a kick from Joe Cole.
I think it was a little bit late, Joe Cole, as Kovac played it. Joe Cole's playing very narrow. Very, very narrow. I know he wants him to get involved and play high up the field. It's Capello. I think Joe Cole, at times, he's coming in too early inside. I think he's got to hold a little bit of width. Then when we get possession, obviously come inside and move.
Ashley Cole gave it away. Petric to Cerner. England are short at the back here. And Cerner's cross behind off John Terry.
And that's what Croatia are good at for me. They wait for a straight pass and they come and they break on you very, very quick, as they did there. And I'm surprised Cerner didn't pick somebody out with the quality he's got in that right foot.
Rakitic. Robert Kovac. Cerner. First man for him to deal with is Rooney. Rooney stuck to his task.
I like Cerner, very good play. Came on the scene as a right back and then sort of a wing back, but he's found his position on that right wing. Great deliver of the ball.
Well, Cerner turned after winning the corner and asked the crowd for more support, for more noise. And they've responded. Rooney's clearance. Modric. Simionic. Not sure Luka. The Croatian side empowered and emboldened by their clever coach Slaven Bilic. They spent the last 3 days since their weekend win over Kazakhstan at their country retreat in Slovenia. Strange to prepare for a home game in a different country, but that's the way of it here. There's a place far away from the bright lights of Zagreb. No temptation for Bilic's players to go for a night on the town. And they're comfortable quarters they occupy, but hardly luxurious. A room in the Croatian team hotel is £40 a night.
Just look like Croatia. England did very well a couple of minutes ago. They pressed them, they made them play it long, and that's what you want to do in an ideal world. It's difficult, but I think England now are starting to tire. 21 minutes gone, and they really did put a lot of effort in that first 15-20.
Starting to tire after 21 minutes?
It's hot, it's very warm in the stadium, and I looked at England, yes, when they get the ball a little bit, but when they haven't got it, there's a few already looking for that second win. It's very difficult.
Wes Brown rescues it for Frank Lampard. Walcott. Barry. Now Olic. Rooney. Looking for Walcott. Oh, and now was Heskey being manhandled there? He felt he was. Seemed to be an arm around him from Josip Simionic, who was the man that gave away the penalty at Wembley. Talk about that more in a moment. Here's Rooney for England. Heskey. Again, Simunic at his shoulder, not quite as tight this time. And on by Petric for Olic. Good job that Wes Brown is covering.
Going back to the instance with Simunic, from where we're sitting, I thought that was a definite penalty for England. Yeah, it's a lovely feed by Walcott, great ball by Rooney to him, and you can see his arm is round his throat. Yes, whether he would have got the ball or not, it's not the point. He's brought him down. That is a clear penalty for England.
But fortune not with England. And if they are beginning to tire, that would have lifted flagging spirits. Help restore energy levels. Petric. Foul by Barry.
He lost possession of the ball, Petric, but Gareth Barry did still block him off on his run. Just going back to that penalty, that's what you need. You need that decision. You need the referee to be strong. We know the atmosphere is a bit hostile, but you need a good, strong referee there, because that was a clear penalty to England.
They don't come much more experienced than Lubos Michel. It's worth another look, I think, in fact.
Well, as you say, Walcott, terrific ball across the goal. And for me, Heskey, whether he got or not, he wasn't allowed to get near it. Simunic was all over, and Capello, we can see reaction, and he's got a fair point. That was a clear penalty.
Heskey asked the question, expecting the answer yes, and was amazed to be told no. By a referee who's officiated at 2 World Cups, 2 European Championships, and was also the man in the middle in the Champions League final between Wes Brown's Manchester United and Chelsea back in May. Member of Parliament, Lubos Michel, back in his native Slovakia. James comes out to meet Olic.
You can see the game plan is, if you're getting good possession on the ball, see if you are diagonal to Walcott. But unfortunately tonight he hasn't had the impact as he did on the weekend. I know it was against Andorra, the part-timers, but nice ball across, which should have been a penalty, but apart from that, he struggled to get into the game.
Ferdinand. Rooney. And it'll come for Walcott, and Joe Cole is free, and Walcott has scored for England! Celebrations from the posh seats, from the suits, and from the cheap seats and the supporters. Maybe a defining moment in a teenager's life. The day that a boy becomes a man.
Well, as I said, he's struggling to get in the game. His quality's been poor. But give him credit on this, hard and low. Like I say, the goalkeeper, Fletcher should have saved it. He should have got his hands to it. He should have pushed it away. But give him credit, he's been a thorn without as much quality. But it was a right mess at the back for Croatia, and he had one thing on his mind. He did exactly right. He hit it across the goalkeeper. For me, the keeper should have saved it, but that's 1-0.
And that is 1-0 in Croatia. And the sort of goal that England have conceded against Croatia, they have now scored past the one born of defensive errors and poor goalkeeping. The outgoing chief executive and the man that decided he must leave United in this moment of joy, Theo Walcott. The surprise inclusion in the England team is the man who has fired them in front for Fabio Capello. Here's Walcott again. And this time, I think it might have been going wide anyway, but Petikosha got a touch and it's a corner.
That was good play again by Walcott. We've got to give Capello a bit of credit here. He was brave enough to play the young boy. He's been very positive for 2 strikers. Walcott's played very hard in the field. That was another great effort there. Maybe could have picked Rooney out. It's so far so good for England.
So far, so very good. Lampard. Travelled a long way to get to Petikosha, but at no height. But now Croatia try the counter. This is Cerna. Olic. Modric will pursue. Ashley Cole makes the challenge.
I think it's still dangerous, Croatia. We know at home, but they're good on the break. And that's what England's got to be very wary of.
That's a foul. The Croatian free kick. Joe Cole lunging in. And Capello from the touchline is preaching concentration. It's all right having the lead, it's about keeping it. Cerna. Here comes James, who's blocked off, and Petric! It hits Wes Brown with the goalkeeper nowhere.
I think he's blocked off, David James. They're free kicks, and it's Kovacs who does it every time, and I'm very surprised the referee can't see that. It's very clear.
It's rather casual by Terry. Ashley Cole to Joe Cole. Ashley Cole was bundled over off the ball, and the referee's gone back for a free kick.
There's the goal. It's a good touch by Walcott. His first touch is excellent, and he does everything right. Hit it across the goalkeeper. If he saves it, there's Joe Cole to tap it in if he did save it.
What a time, what an occasion to bag a first international goal. And here is the goal scorer. Wes Brown. One for Walcott to chase. 3 in the box for England, plus Frank Lampard. He hit Rooney. Lubos Michel plays an advantage. There was some shirt pulling by Lampard on Chorluka. Pranjic. Modric. Plenty to sing about and celebrate. England ahead in a country that has never experienced a home competitive defeat. Chorluka. Cerna. Rakitic jumping with Brown. And reacting first. Corner kick.
England, just at times, England come off the pace of the game, John, and that's when they get the problems, don't they? When they play that high tempo and they're pressing the ball all over the park and playing at good speed, they're hard to live with.
Well, Croatia have loaded Siminic in there, and Chorluka, and Niko Kovac. But it matters not.
Well, you take them all day. Surprised Sino never come across and took it. Take some great deliveries.
Well, it's back to the Barclays Premier League, not for Slaven Bilic this weekend, although it might have been. But here on Setanta, Saturday tea time, Manchester City against Chelsea. Monday night, Tottenham versus Aston Villa, both live on this channel, as will be Spurs' UEFA Cup tie against the Polish team Wisla Krakow, and that is a week tomorrow. Flag up. It's a nudge by Barry. Siminic. Modric.
The game plan's gone exactly how he's putting it out. You know, they're working hard in areas, they're picking a lot of second balls up now, they're controlling the pace of the game. When Croatia break, there's a lot of white shirts playing the ball, but they're not backpedaling, they're actually going, closing people down and nicking the ball off them and settling the rhythm.
Rooney, who is penalised. Barry, taken down and stays down. Dealing with Luka Modric tonight, and we'll have to deal with Luka Modric again on Monday night in one of those live games we were advertising, Tottenham against Aston Villa. Gary Lewin just waiting to see if he's required. They seem in a very good mood down there, Chris. Why wouldn't they be? One up in Zagreb.
Well, they controlled it. I think a little spell of 5-10 minutes just before the goal, I thought they looked a bit tired, they got a bit strung out. Croatia started popping the ball around very well. Apart from that, they've controlled the game. Fantastic. Game plan so far has been excellent.
Where's Brown? Heskey making life awkward for Simjanic, but by virtue of a foul on that occasion.
It's a good outballer, Heskey, isn't he? Because he is mobile as well. He is good in the air, he's strong. All right, he doesn't probably score the amount of goals he should, but for an outball, when you're under pressure, he does fight really well, and he gets a hold of it and links the play.
Ferdinand. England trying to play their way out from the back. Here's Rooney. Joe Cole.
They've done well. They've done well. I just think England can still pass the ball a lot better than what they have. But the one thing they're doing, they're not letting Croatia play. They're not letting Croatia, and Croatia don't like it, and they're pressing them very high up the field.
Heskey. Too much on it for Rooney that time. Cerna for Croatia. Srđan Asanovic, formerly of Derby, just behind Slaven Bilic, one of his assistants. And Ashley Cole was given a helping hand there by Dario Cerna.
Played that well, Ashley Cole. He knew exactly what he was doing. As soon as Cerna leant on him slightly, he was hitting the ground. And you know referees give free kicks very easily in these games, so he did everything right.
Give free kicks easily. This one doesn't give penalties easily, it seems.
Well, they're big decisions, isn't it? That's 10 yards outside the box. It's an easy one to give.
It's a foul on Lampard by Olic.
Confidence is definitely there. This is what you expect from England. You know, people say, can we play like Spain and Brazil? All these teams, we're good at playing high tempo, pressing teams.
In which case, my question to you, Chris, is after 5 moribund friendlies and a poor performance against a bunch of rank amateurs in Andorra, where has that confidence come from?
think for the first time England were actually underdogs tonight. And all the games you've talked about have always been expected to win and win comfortably. All right, Czech Republic, they didn't play well. In certain games they haven't, but tonight they've come here and you could see a bit of determination about them and the right attitude. And Croatia are favourites, 5th in the world on their home pitch.
Let's not forget though that England led in Russia in a crucial European Championship qualifier and ended up losing. So the lead at this stage, far from conclusive. Here's Niko Kovac. Prefer it on his right. He's looking for a free kick, which he's not going to get. And Theo Walcott emerges with it. And releases it just in time. This is Rooney. Heskey was lurking. Theo Walcott has been left on the ground by Josip Simionic, who's going to be yellow carded here. Robert Kovac's the captain protesting, but Simionic, the man who, remember, has to be booked 3 times before he's dismissed from the field of play, gets the first yellow card of this particular night.
Well, it most definitely was a yellow card. He took Theo Walcott. That's what Walcott gives England. When England wanted a break there, they give it to Walcott. He covered the ground 30, 40 yards, and that was a clear foul. And he should have booked Kovac as well on the edge of the box for diving. We can see that as a clear yellow card. Took him out, no intention of going for the ball.
They're unable to deal with Theo Walcott by fair means, so they've indulged in foul means, and it's not looking particularly good for the teenager. Several members of the England staff, Mark Sartori, one of the masseurs out there, Fabio Capello, clearly very concerned about his young starlet. It's decidedly groggy.
You don't need Walcott to come off at the moment. He's a great outlet forward. His pace alone's caused so many problems. Obviously scored the goal, but his pace alone's caused so many problems to Croatia.
And you saw there the 4 outfield players not stripped for tonight's game, including David Bentley, who seems to have been overtaken on this particular international trip by Theo Walcott. Walcott, who's been driven onto the running track on the back of a golf buggy, and it's looking rather brighter for him now. 1 or 2 smelling salts might be in order. England at the moment still playing with 10, but Walcott just coming back on now. Olic for Cerna. Dario Cerna letting fly. Back to the same player who was pushed. Silly free kick to give away.
Spot on, John. Silly position. You know Croatia technically are excellent around this area, this range. And it was Wayne Rooney tracking back again, maybe coming a little bit too deep. And he did give away a free kick on Cerna.
Well, the good news for England is that Niko Kranjčar is injured. The bad news is that Dario Cerna is every bit as good. Ivan Rakitic could also have a go, and so too Niko Kovac, but the stage has been cleared for Dario Cerna here.
And May Cerna, he'll go over the wall to David James, left side. He's good enough to get this ball up and over.
For once, it's Croatia needing some form of restoration and rescue. It's Cerna, and the wall stood its ground. Čorluka. Walcott. Cerna. Back to Čorluka. Robert Kovac. Theo Walcott is seeing stars in front of his eyes, and a bit of double vision or something. He chose the right football to head when it came his way there. There's Pranjic. Rakitic. Olic. And things are happening tonight to Croatia that have been happening to England.
Well, you've got to give England credit. The pressure's on Croatia. England have really matched them physically. They've picked the ball up. As I say, you can always say with England they can pass the ball better. We say that every game. but so far the game plan, what Capello sent out, has worked on a treat. That's another foul. Simmons has got to watch himself. He's already on a yellow. He's just took Heskey down.
Simonic is the Croatian defender with whom Graham Paul had his unfortunate moment in the World Cup. He's also a defender who's been sent off 6 times in the last 2 years. Brown. Ashley Cole. Heskey. No one there for England.
Great tracking back by Rooney. That's what he's good at, we know. Sometimes he goes too deep and we do talk about it. We all have him up higher up the field for England. It's just coming off Heskey 10-15 yards, not too deep.
Cerner. Still kick. England are moving reasonably serenely towards half-time here in the Maximir Stadium. Propelled into that comfortable position by Theo Walcott's 26th minute goal, his first for his country. And England might also have had a penalty denied them when Simonic seemed to pull back Emil Heskey, but Lubos Michel didn't agree. And on the evidence so far, it seems that those observers who suggested that Fabio Capello often starts his managerial reign at a new post with some relatively unimpressive displays, but then when it matters, he and his players produce. Well, it may be happening again. Which is not to say there won't be some very awkward moments in the second half. Modric for Rakitic. England still have some defending to do in this first half.
I don't really think it was a harsh free kick. Walcott chasing back. It's going down very easy. He's just basically trying to wrestle and save him. He knew what he's doing, Rakitic. I'm sure we'll see Cerner again.
Although Rakitic is taking more of an interest in this one. In fact, he's dismissed Cerner from the scene. So 20-year-old Ivan Rakitic of Schalke. Born in Switzerland to Croatian parents. And a star in the making. Rakitic always rising.
David James will be pleased. You have to take them all day. But you've got to say, in his game plan, John's worked brilliant first half. They've worked hard. I don't know if they can sustain the tempo of what they've done over the course of 90 minutes. But first half so far, game plan's been spot on. Great goal by Walcott, but they've hustled, they've unsettled Croatia, and they don't like it.
Niko Kovac. And England would happily take the half-time whistle now, which is precisely what they've got from Lubos Michel. And the players in white turn and head towards the antiquated tunnel end of this Maximir Stadium. And it's Slaven Bilic with the problems and the head-scratching, and England with the lead, given them by the youngest player on the pitch, Theo Walcott, midway through a first half that England have largely controlled. They will feel they should have had a penalty as well, but hey, be grateful for what they do have, which is a well-taken goal by Walcott and a half-time lead in Zagreb. It's Croatia 0, England 1. Lubos Michel poised, no changes to either side, and this second half now about to get underway. It is the 50th game that Croatia have played in this Maximir Stadium, and they have lost just 2. And both of those were friendlies back in the mists of time. So that perhaps puts into context how big an achievement it would be for England to hang on to this lead, or indeed add to it, in the next 45 minutes. And England are first to win a free kick.
Well, as far as I'll be able to do exactly the same, keep working, keep pressing them, Don't let them settle on the ball. Don't let them pass the ball around easy. Right areas, go and press them. And when we be alive, everybody look for it, England, in a weight shirt. Everybody try and get the ball and play quickly.
And the dangers for England?
Tiredness. I think to play at a high tempo over this 90 minutes is very, very difficult. I think after an hour you'll see a lot of players in a white shirt start tiring.
Lampard is aimed towards Heskey, who was levered off the ball, but he is deemed to have committed the foul. It's more good news for one of our home nations as we watch a reprise of Lampard's free kick, which was no great threat. Second Scotland goal in Reykjavik. Barry Robson has scored. Iceland 0, Scotland 2, which is just what they need after their defeat at the weekend. Up goes Heskey. Gareth Barry. Ashley Cole was caught by Cerner, who's going to be yellow carded for that.
Oh, he turned very well, Ashley Cole. Cerner did catch him on the ankle. Whether it was a yellow card, I'm not too sure.
He did seem to rake a few studs down the back of the calf. Dario Cerner, who's a fairly demonstrative player. Some of the VIPs looking skywards in the hope of divine intervention. President Stephen Message and the Prime Minister Ivo Sanader, both carded to be here this evening. Forward by Terry. He thought about chasing. Walcott has chased it all the way and only loses by about a yard.
Just misjudged that one, did he? Could have saved his legs a bit, but that's a great out ball. Heskey's very mobile as well. Been to see what Bilic said at half-time, because he cannot be happy the way they performed, and he's probably surprised how England really got in the faces high up the park and didn't let them pass it. Has he got a plan B?
I'm sure we'll see Slaven Bilic in a moment. In fact, there he is at the bottom of your screen, briefly. He's dispensed with his jacket. Looks like he means business. Matches are difficult for him because it's the only time he's not allowed to smoke. He's a chain smoker. That's the reason for the free kick. Rakitic. Olic. And Wes Brown will allow that to run through to David James.
That's good as well, John. England. Oh, it's a terrible throw by David James.
And here's Luka Modric. England have regrouped in the middle. Rakitic, Petric, Niko Kovac. And the Croatian supporters frustrated. Rooney to Heskey. Nicely for Rooney, and Rooney runs into a statue called Siminic, who's treading a fine line because he was booked in the first half.
Well, Wayne Rooney doesn't... You know, he's in. Wayne Rooney's in for a shot there. That is a clear yellow card, so really he should have 2 and he should have been gone. That is a clear foul.
England coaching staff in terms of both reputation and number watching on as Frank Lampard and Gareth Barry stand over this. Bilic cutting a rather hangdog figure right now. It's Lampard, spilt by the goalkeeper, and Robert Kovac is first to react.
Good strike by Frank Lampard, hard and low. It's a decent save. The man who was following was Rio Ferdinand.
Lampard again. Terry. Walcott waiting for the ball to come, but he was fouled and the free kick was taken from the wrong place, but on we go. And Heskey almost profiting as Pletikosha spilt it. Goal kick in the end.
Well, this is a good test for Croatia, isn't it? The crowd's getting very restless, they're moaning at the players giving the ball away. And England have just really dominated the possession. No contact between the goalkeeper and the centre-half, Kovacs. That could have proved costly as well.
England's goal stemmed from Daniel Pranjic whacking an attempted clearance into the back of Robert Kovac. It bounced kindly for Theo Walcott. Barry. Luka Modric for Croatia. It's not yet been the influence that the home side hoped. Rooney. Oh, that was a clattering that Joe Cole took from Robert Kovac. A real clattering. And he led with the arm as well.
Joe Cole, as he got back to his feet, you'll see here, it's a terrific header, the arm's going to cross him. But as he got up, Joe Cole, he walked about 3 yards and then collapsed.
And that's the reason for the concern. So he did take a couple of paces. So we look again at Frank Lampard's free kick that was partially stopped. And the referee has issued a card to Robert Kovac.
I don't know, they're just obviously they're disputing the decision. I saw blood trickling down the side of Joe Cole's head. But obviously they're not happy with the decision. He did catch him with his elbow.
He led with the arm, and it's a red card, I'm sure, from the referee Lubos Michel. He brandished a card to the sky so quickly and put it straight back in his pocket, but I'm sure it was red for this.
It is, he's gone to the dugout, Kovacs. Robert Kovac, he's gone, red card, not happy. And he can't sit in the dugout neither.
A sending off offence for the captain. There we are. Confirmation of the straight red for Robert Kovac for leading with his arm and catching Joe Cole. And Fabio Capello, whilst obviously pleased to see Croatia a man down, is still worried about Joe Cole's state of fitness. The worrying fact being that he took a couple of paces before collapsing. And the England medical staff out there in some numbers.
Well, just hope Joe Cole's okay. I think he's going to leave the field. Obviously, he's gone on that stretch, and I don't know if he'll be coming back. Will he put Downing on? How's he going to balance his side?
Well, major problems now for Bilic. England looking to have to replace Joe Cole. Jermaine Jenas is amongst those being made ready. He would be one of the obvious replacements, and Stuart Pearce giving him one or two instructions out there. Instructions now from the top man. But Kovac seemed clearly to lead with his arm. Are you convinced it was intentional?
I think it was a little bit there, definitely. I think it was a terrific header. First of all, when you looked at it, you thought, what a powerful header. But his arm's very high. Unfortunately, by Joe Cole, he's took a severe blow to the head. We just hope he's okay. Jenas, I think, will, if he plays him left, be interested. Could easily put Gareth Barry left side and put Jenas centre midfield, which he plays for Spurs.
Well, there did seem to be malice. And it was certainly a sickening collision that has left Joe Cole with blood pouring from a wound to the right side of his head. And he has to be replaced by Jermaine Jenas. But Lubos Michel, the man in red, has brandished red at Robert Kovac, and Croatia are a goal down and a man down now. Here's Pranjic.
You just hope the referee's strong. It's very easy to... And any silly challenge by an England player could easily result in a red itself. And any decision in a box, you need a strong referee now.
Well, there's also a substitution being made by Croatia now. As a result of the sending off, they're having to rearrange. And so Mladen Petric comes off, one of the strikers, and Dario Knežević, who's a central defender, will go in alongside Simionic. Croatia in the position where they've lost one man to a red card and could well have had his centre-back partner Simionic sent off as well.
England just got to stay focused, keep passing the ball, use the ball well. They've obviously got an extra man, but keep this tempo. That's been the secret of England's success, working Croatia very hard.
Luka with this for Croatia. Back from Knežević. Simionic. Lampard winning it cleanly. And there is Joe Cole on his way to further more detailed medical attention in the dressing room. Niko Kovac for Croatia. It's not the first time he's done that. He could well have been booked in the first half for diving. And the referee, Lubos Mitchell, again unimpressed. Genus giving away a free kick.
Bad referee. That's twice he's done it, John. That's a yellow card, both occasions.
Olic. There's a latest challenge by Terry. It's becoming fractious.
England's just got to keep focus on the game. Don't get involved. Just keep doing the things they've been doing.
Knežević, charged down by Rooney. Luka. Breaks for Barry. Wes Brown. Heskey. Rooney. Ashley Cole making the extra man on his outside. Lampard, Heskey, and Rooney opts to pass. Theo Walcott! What a night for the teenager! And what a night it's turning into for Fabio Capello in England.
What a night, what a goal. Fantastic football. Heskey to Rooney on the left-hand side. Wayne Rooney played a lovely little give and go. Ends up back at Heskey, back to Rooney. He rolls it to Walcott. Very similar finish to the goal in the first half. Did he take it ever so well? Rooney, terrific play. First touch was good, second touch was excellent. Across the keeper again, bottom corner. Fantastic goal by England.
It was Luka that played him onside. Didn't step up. And a goal not dissimilar to his first. Low, accurate, into the bottom corner, across the goalkeeper. This time no hand from Pletikosha. And 2-0 up against 10 men. Are England going to be the first side to win a competitive international in Croatia?
That was a wonderful goal, John. The football was excellent. Lovely play. And the thing, you've got to give them credit. Well, very easy people knock England. But tonight, you've got to say they had a fantastic game plan. Give the manager credit. And they've worked ever so hard for each other.
Well might they sing and dance. Heskey, not the best of challenges on Niko Kovac, who has made an awful lot of it. It's a yellow card for Emil Heskey.
Just got to watch himself, Heskey. No need. I thought he played the ball. Obviously the referee thought different, and Kovac does go down very, very easily. For me, that is a decent challenge. The ball's come out the side of Heskey's foot. Kovacs making a meal of it yet again.
Terry, more height than distance. And Terry goes down, clutching his face, quickly up again, and fast with Rakitic. Rooney, first touch not as adhesive as he might have liked. Now is a time for calm English heads amidst the maelstrom of the Maximir. Wayne Rooney. Heskey waiting all on his own. It's going to come for Gareth Barry.
Worth a chance. England now total control. The heads of Croatia have dropped, and you can see now they're going to make another substitution.
Yes, and they're taking off Niko Kovac. So the younger brother was sent off, the older brother and skipper, as we watch Theo Walcott's rapier-like finish for England's second. The skipper is taken off. A wonderful moment for Theo Walcott and for English football. It's Pokravac who's come on in place of Niko Kovac. And we can bring in Dan Rowan for news of poor Joe Cole.
Well, I can tell you, John, that Joe appears to have a quite severe gash to his forehead. There's blood pouring from a wound on his head, and what will concern the medical team of England, of course, is the fact, John, that he did appear to stagger a few steps before collapsing, which does suggest a degree of concussion. But let's hope he's heard all about England's second goal. That may well have improved his mood.
Thank you, Dan. Dan Rowan, our pitchside reporter here in Zagreb tonight. And England sitting pretty. Genius to Ashley Cole. And Genius will keep it in. And Croatia stopped for a moment there. And here's Wayne Rooney to make it 3! Just gets better for England. On a night that promised so little, they have delivered so much.
Full credit Ashley Cole, great persistence down this left-hand side on Turner. Janus picks it up and he does ever so well, drives to the byline, outside the right foot pullback. Wayne Rooney from the penalty spot, a lovely open his right foot up, side foot, past the goalkeeper, didn't need to blast it, just placed it, rolled it past the keeper, and England have deserved it. They've been outstanding. Wayne
Rooney, whose finest display with the 3 lions on his chest came against Croatia in that game at Euro 2004 in Lisbon's Stadium of Light. He's barely scored a competitive goal since then, but he scored what we must consider now surely to be the clincher here. 2-0 against a side numerically reduced, always likely to be a winning lead. 3-0, certain to be. And for only the 3rd time, Slaven Bilic is about to experience defeat as a manager. Rooney. Lampard to Barry. Rooney once more. Walcott. And Petr Kosher having to hurry. Bring you up to date with another goal in Reykjavik. As we look at the possession stats for the last 5 minutes, which are striking. But Iceland have pulled one back against Scotland in Reykjavik. A good Johnson penalty. It's Iceland 1, Scotland 2. That game live over on Setanta Sports 2 at the moment. Genius seemed to expect a challenge that didn't come. Heskey. John Terry. Walcott. Here's Genus.
Some of the football now, the confidence is unbelievable. Players are really enjoying the ball. Yes, they've got an extra man, but before that, England, for me, dominated the game. Croatia really haven't asked any questions, even when they had 11 men.
Well, maybe Fabio Capello was just kidding Croatia for the last 8 months, encouraging his team to put in performances that were not at their highest level, shall we say, in games that really didn't matter. Whatever the whys and the wherefores, they have produced when it really does matter. Barry. Ashley Cole. Here's Heskey. Just behind for a goal kick. And not all the Croatian supporters are actually still in the stadium. Some have left. There's a sound of upturned plastic bucket seats as Rooney struck England's third. Croatia's record at home in competitive games prior to tonight: played 35, won 25, drawn 10.
If you look at England tonight, yes, this side was Walcott. He was brave to go with him. Whatever people say, Capello's picked this side for a reason, but it's been a team effort. Walcott will get little headlines, there's no doubt about that. But as a team, they've done everything right.
Here's Rooney as England look for more. Wasn't the best of passes, though. And it's Chorluka.
I think that's a success, how England's going to get success or qualify for tournaments and do well in tournaments. It's about the team, the work ethic, the organisation. We haven't got sparkling individuals what certain countries have got, but as a group, and if they play like this, at the speed, this tempo, they're a hard side to beat.
Well, there's a couple split down the middle on a night like tonight. Formula One Supremo Bernie Eccleston and his wife Slavica, who's Croatian. No foul on Rooney there. So on we go with Cerner. Croatia, unlike those England supporters, looking a dispirited bunch. Some movement down on the bench, and David Beckham is at the centre of it in the England dugout. Here's Rooney. Super ball for Walcott. Brown. Modric. Rakitic. Cerner. Tokrovac. Tokrovac. Olic. Where's Brown tidying up?
I don't think Heskey was rubbing his knee a lot there. I don't know if he's took a slight knocker, he's felt some twinge, but it didn't look comfortable.
Well, Croatia are about to make another substitution. We're going to see a striker, Mario Mandzukic. England content to keep the ball. protect their lead, their hugely impressive lead. 2 goals for Walcott, 1 for Wayne Rooney. And Croatia playing this second half with 10 men after Robert Kovac was sent off. Walcott, Lampard. Rooney.
Keep doing it, keep keeping the ball, let them run. Game's over, let them chase, they'll be quite happy actually. Croatia, damage limitation for them now.
Genus. Rio Ferdinand. Barry. Off scampers Ashley Cole.
Lovely football. Lovely football, a great run by Ashley Cole. Unfortunately the cross was too high. Just a little bit of composure to square across to a white shirt.
Well, it's Olic who's making way. It's not had his usual impact for Croatia. Sullen face and a scowl tells its own story. And Mario Mandzukic, another of the bright young things of Croatian club football, comes on for only his second cap. No noise, no animation from supporters who are renowned for both. I wonder if Slaven Bilic is wondering whether he made a mistake in not being more receptive to the overtures of West Ham United.
He would never have predicted this result tonight. I don't think anybody has.
Ashley Cole. As Heskey is offside. The referee, though, has... Yes, he's given the free kick for the offside. Which is probably something of a relief to Dario Knežević.
Wasn't a lot in it. Yes, he made a little bit of a meal of it, but he drifted off from an offside position.
Heskey. Genus through the middle. Simunic. Cerner. Well, it's a stunning scoreline. There are echoes of, what, 7 years ago now in Munich, when 2.5 weeks after losing a home friendly against the Netherlands in very tame fashion, Sven-Göran Eriksson, still new in his post, took England to Munich and inflicted a first ever home competitive defeat on Germany. This, certainly in terms of margins, similarly unexpected and similarly laudable. Ashley Cole to Rooney. Jermaine Genus. Lampard. Back from Ashley Cole. Frank Lampard for 4. No. A free kick has been given. It's beautifully taken by Lampard, but Croatia escaped the ignominy of conceding a 4th goal on home soil.
That was just fantastic football again. The way they're spraying the ball around, the movement. They're all confident now, they're all enjoying it, and it was just a shame there was a slight infringement which cost Frank Lampard what would have been a marvellous goal.
Could have been as good as any of England's goals.
Well, we can't see what's happening. He's done ever so well. Lovely little 1-2 with Cole. And it was Heskey. Did he really push Similic down? The referee judged he had, and unfortunately for Frank Lampard, it's been choked off.
It's not to say a fourth won't come.
Wonderful goal. Well, there was nothing really in it. Referee's got a good view though, the angle he's at, but what a performance by England.
Something to put the smile back on the face of England's many supporters, whose patience has been tested so often.
The confidence has grown, John, with the way they're playing now. You can see that they're all enjoying it. Croatia really threw the towel in, let's be honest. And England can do what they want with the football at the moment, but they've got to look back, and for me, Capello should show the first half to them when they get it back up again. So this is why we did it, because of the work rate, the organisation, and how we press the teams. And if you don't let teams play like England do, and the way obviously they've dominated the game, England once they scored, they've been the better side. That's because they've never let Croatia play, and they've got to take that on board. That's the strength, the big strength of how England play.
Better news of Joe Cole from the England dressing room. He doesn't need to go to hospital. Nasty blow to the head, the foul by Robert Kovacs that led to the Croatian defender being sent off. He's got a nasty cut. He doesn't require hospital treatment. Walcott. Well around us in the main stand. Vast open grandstand here at the Maximir. There's a crush by the exits. People try and leave. But here comes Cerner, trying to restore a little bit of pride. Maybe now. Mandzukic bets his first international goal. And Croatia at least are on the score sheet.
Well, was there a possibility of a free kick with a high foot by Cerner on John Terry? The referee hesitated, thought he was going to blow, he didn't. Give Cerner credit, he kept running. Lovely way to pass. The substitute, Mandzukic, come on. First real touch, and it's a wonderful finish. Just places it by. Lovely way to ball by Cerner. Good first touch, just under the body of David James. Sloppy play by England.
You can see John Terry clutching his head in the background. And he's still contending to the referee that Cerner's foot was too high and it should have been a free kick. But play allowed to continue. Mandzukic marks his second cap with a goal, but that was high.
That's a free kick. That is a free, that's high foot. John Terry hasn't bowed down to head it. It's, you know, Cerner's right foot's gone as high as John Terry, and it should have been a free kick.
Well, you can see the point that John Terry is making. But the foot was outrageously high. It should have been an England free kick. Instead, it became a Croatian goal.
Capello really having a go at the referee. You can see he's not happy. He's got a good point. It's a good finish. Lovely way to ball by Cerner. Paid at his time. Drew Rio Ferdinand. Lovely touch by the substitute. Great finish.
So within a matter of a couple of minutes, Frank Lampard thought he'd scored at one end. Croatia have scored at the other, but really, they shouldn't have had the opportunity. But having been allowed to continue, it was well taken. Walcott. Rooney. Brown, Heskey.
Decent ball in by Wes Brown. I think England really just got to keep the ball. What they were doing, don't leave themselves bare at the back. They don't need to. Shut the back door, just keep possession, run the clock down. Game over.
Barry. Genus. Foul given against Chorluka.
Yeah, definitely foul. Chorluka bringing down his teammate at Tottenham. Jermaine Genus. You can see he's dived in. Genus just moves the ball off. Definite free kick.
And England with a chance to restore their 3-goal cushion.
I'd like to see Frank Lampard shoot here. There's a massive gap at that near post. If he hits it with a lot of pace.
Rio Ferdinand is a late arrival. Heskey's in there. Lampard does go for the near post, but not with any great threat. And the hard taskmaster is up from his seat, still demanding more. Rooney. Lovely ball, it's Walcott. It couldn't be, could it? It is, you know, it's a hat-trick for Theo Walcott. Just sensational. And the referee has had to go and sort out an argument amongst a group of Croatian and English players in the centre circle. But the goal stands. Theo Walcott has scored a hat-trick as a teenager for England, his first international goals, and England are in the process of recording one of their most stunning victories for many a long year.
Well, what you didn't see and what we're not talking about, John, is Wayne Rooney's fantastic control to bring that ball down. Here it is, what a touch to move it inside, the weighted pass, the perfect run by Walcott. Maybe we thought he was going to have a touch too many, kept his head, didn't blast it, placed it into the net. Wayne Rooney's contribution was absolutely first class. And what a night for Theo Walcott. 3 goals.
The night he emerged from the shell which has in part protected him in his formative years, given a central leading role, and how he's responded. And here's Heskey, and Rooney is seeking an England 5th. Heskey then fouling Simunic from behind.
Wayne Rooney's second half's just been different class. Second half, first half I thought he did some nice things, contributed to the first goal, but overall he didn't really get in the game. But second half, he's just ran the game for England.
Well, he's the first England player to score a hat-trick since Peter Crouch against Jamaica at Old Trafford more than 2 years ago. And just as Michael Owen bagged a competitive hat-trick, as Mandzukic goes through and collides with David James, there was no foul, and Mandzukic is lacking support, and Cerner will go for goal off target, and David James is down injured for England. But just as Michael Owen bagged that hat-trick, the last competitive triumvirate of goals for England in Munich, so Theo Walcott has done the same tonight.
Well, Theo Walcott, absolutely. He'd probably pinching himself. He can't believe it. Going back to that there, James and Terry, bit of confusion. You don't need that. Could have proved costly. David James got a little bit of treatment. So, a right idea. Try to lob James scoring back his goal. Beckham's coming on for Walcott, who I'm sure is going to get massive applause from the England following to our right.
A night on which Theo Walcott will always look back, because it's the night and the occasion and the match when he's responded to the entreaties of a manager who at last has trusted him, and he has emerged onto the world stage in a way that we all knew was possible one day, but that day has come much, much sooner than we thought. Beckham on for his 105th cap, and what a nice cameo to have.
Well, it's great for David Beckham to get that cap, but headlines is all going to be Walcott. It's strange, I've watched him play a lot for Arsenal. Never really gets in the game, never really goes past people, but what he's got, and what's obviously been great for England, we've been crying out a bit of pace on the flanks, but what he's done well is when he's got in the positions, he's used the ball well, or he's finished well, and that's, it's already having a lot of pace, but pointless if you can't use it, and tonight, he's put his game together.
And England, who would have been delighted to leave here with a draw, are on the point of departing Croatia on their flight back to Luton this evening with a very handsome win. And don't forget that Theo Walcott, until 2 hours before kick-off, wasn't even sure he was going to play. Here's Beckham. Croatia's remaining supporters try and rouse themselves into a meaningful chorus. But this is one huge step along the potentially tricky road to South Africa for England. Only the second of 10 qualification games. Group winners go through. Group runners-up in all probability going to a playoff. But this puts England in position A in Group 6. It's a year before they meet Croatia again, and that'll be at Wembley. We may see Matthew Upson fairly shortly, probably in place of John Terry.
Big statement, this, not just in our group, in England's group, sorry, around Europe and everywhere. People will be looking at this and thinking, what a result. Whether they had 10 men or not, I still think England would have went on and won the game well.
Well, England were already ahead when Robert Kovac was sent off 7 minutes into this second half. Walcott with 3, Rooney with the other. England might well have had a first-half penalty. They've had a goal ruled out for a foul that was far from clear by Emil Heskey, denying Frank Lampard a goal. And here's Genius. It's an impressive show of solidarity from the Croatian fans, taking a beating like this, and yet all standing and clapping rhythmically. Ashley Cole. England have been the ones that have been impressive on the pitch tonight. Here comes Upson, the third and final change for England. Luka Modric will return to Spurs. John Terry has a big game for Chelsea at Manchester City on Saturday, which you can see live here on Setanta. John Terry has led the team well, passes on the armband to Rio Ferdinand. And Matthew Upson of West Ham gets to enjoy the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, it's like precaution. Good time to come in. 4-1 up, 88 minutes.
And Upson immediately involved in winning a throw for England.
And the third substitution for England, leaving the pitch.
So where would you place this in terms of recent England performances and indeed results?
I think when it was 11 against 11, John, I thought the game plan was excellent. You know, as I said, they closed Croatia down, didn't let them play higher up the field, and when England got it, they used it quite well. I still think they could have used it better, but when they went 1 up, they thought it was a relief. Then the confidence started growing. 2, obviously the red card, then it's been all England. But you really should be looking at the first half and how they prepared and what they did. Most teams, when you play a team like Croatia, don't want time on the ball. And I think that's what England's secret's been tonight. It's been a team effort. I've got to say, Walcott got the headlines, but Wayne Rooney's been unbelievable, especially second half.
And the scoreline is barely believable. Here's Rooney. We're expecting 3 extra minutes at the end of this one. Genius. England will have 6 points from their opening 2 fixtures. When those fixtures were decided in Zagreb back in January, Fabio Capello was less than happy with beating the Croatians so early in the campaign in their fortress of a stadium. But all's well that ends well. And Chorluka was caught there by Rooney. Well, that's a good sight. Joe Cole back. Compos Mentis, nasty wound, but no lasting damage. The victim of Robert Kovac's elbow. A few stitches in there.
well worth it, you say, after with a great result like that.
Now Choluka and company, those that play in the Barclays Premier League, hope to return to their clubs in triumph. But they're on the end of the sort of beating that Croatia just haven't experienced before. Cerna. Heskey's header out as far as Modric. 4-1, of course, does wonders for England's goal difference in what may still turn out to be a tight group. And just as importantly, damages Croatia's. The likelihood is that Croatia will put a few more goals past Andorra than England did.
Long way to go, John, but end of the day, England's been asked to win 2 games. Everybody thought they wouldn't get a point here even. So you've got to give them credit. Give Capello some credit. He's got his game plan right.
Cerna, and that's been given as a goal kick. And England don't have much more to do. There's the star of the show. A burgeoning talent who's exploded into the much wider consciousness in the space of the last 90 minutes. If there are football fans in various corners of the world that hadn't heard of Theo Walcott before, they certainly have now. Cerna. Ashley Cole comes back for more and commits a foul.
It's been a good battle tonight, Cerna and Ashley Cole. Very good battle. I don't think as much of it is a foul, but Cerna's been looking for it.
England just seconds away from a stellar result as Lubos Michel looks at one watch, then another, and confirms that England have become the first team ever to win a competitive international in Croatia. They have stormed the Citadel, the first part of the revenge mission, successfully, nay, spectacularly accomplished, leaving Croatia as depressed and distraught as England supporters have been so often in the recent past. Theo Walcott, the youngest player out there, the hero, with his first international goals and a hat-trick to boot. Wayne Rooney, who pulled the strings so successfully, was an integral part of things for England as well. Chris Waddle, your final thoughts as the players leave this Maximir pitch victorious?
I'll get a DVD and I'd make sure the team watched it, especially the first half. Look at the organisation and the effort, the work rate they put in. And then once they'd won the battle, some of the football was excellent to watch, even though it went to 10 men. Got to say, England at times, Walcott will get the headlines. Wayne Rooney, for me, second half, outstanding. And that is really the benchmark now they've set. When they're organised and they work hard, England's a difficult team to play against. It's about the team now rather than individuals.
A giant step on the road to South Africa 2010. I wonder, did you ever really doubt Fabio Capello? Thought not. What a scoreline. And what a night for England. Echoes of Munich. And Fabio Capello has got England up and running in the best possible style. Croatia 1, England 4 is a scoreline to savour.